Welcome back to Saskatoon and the 2003 BMO Financial Group Canadian Championships. And while we are awaiting the final flight of the men's competition, we've got time to focus on the dance competition. The original dance went yesterday. The 9-time Canadian champions Shailene Bourne and Victor Kratz are the leaders, and as you're about to see, it's pretty hard to tell that this is their first competition of the season. A knee injury to Shailene Bourne has kept them out of action until now. But they look great, and earlier this week they took the time out to sit down and talk about a few things with our Tracy Wilson.
Shailene and Victor, welcome back to competition.
Thank you.
Has it been a long year? You've been out with your injury.
It feels like forever, but we're so ready to skate finally. I mean, I was off the ice for about 3 weeks, but at a very important time during the international season. And it was difficult to miss those events, but we're very anxious because the programs are ready, and finally we're competing in Canada.
Injuries fine? No problem?
Fine, no problem. Knock on wood. Yeah, I've been fine ever since I had that time to rest. My foot's been 100%.
While you were resting, Victor, what were you doing?
Skating. Yeah, I basically still went in every day and I trained, partially because if one person is injured, the other one should always stay in shape and keep up their skating skills. Whereas if both people are off the ice and you don't skate, then you come back and you struggle. And I had that experience in the past where I always kept on skating when my partner, not specifically you, but my other partners were injured. So that always worked fine. As long as one keeps skating, then the other one can catch up faster. It's much easier.
Do you feel fully trained? Do you feel totally fit and 100% ready for Canadians, or are you still tentative?
No, 100%.
And do you like your new program?
Love them.
Yeah?
For me, it's our best programs ever.
Both?
Both programs.
And freedance.
Yeah, the whole package is there this year. I mean, it's just us. This year we brought a lot of levels to our programs, more so the free dance. There's more levels to it, and the OD, it's just a beautiful OD, which is what it should be, I think, this year. So I can't wait to show it to the Canadians.
So here you are, you're healthy, injury-free, you're settled with your choreographer, Nikolai, and you feel good about your programs. You put all that together. Do you believe in your heart it's enough to win gold this year,
yes,
ultimately at Worlds?
100%. If we skate 100% and give everything the way we've been training, I don't think the judges can hold back either.
And on your way to Worlds, you have the opportunity here to win an unprecedented 10th Canadian championship.
It's so long. It doesn't seem that long. I can't believe it would be 10 already, but that's exciting.
Perhaps your final season, or many more to come?
Final, right?
This is it?
Yes,
yeah.
I think this is...
Actually,
really?
This past, actually at Worlds in Japan, Shailene actually wanted to retire then and there. And I sort of, it was one of those things where, again, Tatiana asked us, well, what do you want to do? And I'm like, well, right now I don't want to decide. We just finished competing 2 hours ago. I don't want to sit down and decide now. And it was sort of like, personally, I knew I still wanted to keep going. But I also knew Shailene wanted to retire. But I
didn't know at that point. It was too...
I didn't want to retire without having reached the goal that I set out at initially, which was to win Worlds. I mean, the Olympic scenario, that was, that's in the history books. That wasn't going to happen again.
So no chance of another Olympics.
But Worlds, we still had a chance.
Yeah.
And we moved up. We were second in Japan this past Worlds. So, to first is not that far. So for me at that time to say, well, I think we should hang it up, was too early. It's too close to the goal.
And Shailene, your motivation for staying?
Mine was a completely different reason, because I've never been so concerned about medals, or I just wanted to skate because I love to skate. And that's why I was like wondering, do I really want to do another year? Because I was also ready to do other things, because we're both getting older and there is more to life than just the same thing every day. That's the thing I was questioning, whether I really want to commit to that again. That's when I thought, no, I want to give it another go, because I want to have one great year with Victor, just training hard, but a great year with him as a person. And now I'm so glad. I'm so glad we did it, because it's really been our best year.
Great. Well, good luck to you both, and we're looking forward to seeing your new material.
Thank you very much.
Quite a dynasty. By the way, the men are warming up behind us. We're going to show you the original dance from yesterday in a few moments, and of course the men to come. But Shaylin, Bourne, and Victor Kratz, through rain and sleet and snow for so many years, and getting jobbed by some judges and the scandal and controversy, they keep putting it down, and this is it.
This is it, and they say they're thrilled with their material. On the world scene, it's never looked brighter for Shaylin and Victor. We've seen some material, a lot of their competitors this season, and they are beatable by skaters of Shaylin and Victor's quality. So
but they have not competed.
They have not competed. They love their new programs. The judges haven't seen them yet, and the audiences, so it will be so interesting for them and us to find out what the judges think of their new programs.
Before we show you the original dance, let's tell you about the compulsory results. The compulsory dances, no doubt. Bourne and Kratz, again, seeking that unprecedented 10th title. No other skater through the history in Canada has ever won 10 gold medals in a discipline. Dubreuil and Lauzon in second place, Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe in third, Pichet and Denis in fourth, and some of the other competitors at the 2003 BMO Financial Group Canadian Championships. The results after the compulsory dance.
Our next competitors, representing British Columbia, Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe.
They have been around a long, long time. Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe, to the early 90s as novice dancers and junior dancers. They have been bronze medalists 5 times in the last 6 years, and here is their original dance.
The original dance this year is called Memories of a Grand Ball. Skaters can choose a combination of 2 or 3 rhythms, but they must be a waltz, polka, march, or galop. They must incorporate refined, elegant moves in keeping with a grand ball, and they open with a beautiful spin, required elements. Circular sequence of footwork, filling out the arena. That is also a required element. Skaters must include 2 lifts and a straight line step sequence as well. Straight line sequence must be side by side. They are not allowed to touch. Skating well and making the most of this music. It suits their powerful, energetic style.
They have had to skate in this tremendous era of Bourne and Kratz and have been perennial shadow skaters, but they are a lot of fun to watch. Very dedicated to this sport. Terrific ambassadors, Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe. What a nice job as well in this original dance. Along with Marina Zueva, the mother of Fedor Andreev, one of the young gun men's skaters that we'll watch later tonight, Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe. And I know that a sense of rhythm is very important to a dancer, but also what's very important, knees. And Megan recently had surgery a few months ago on her knee, and so she's showing no signs right now of that injury.
Very polished performance, Rod, and here's their straight line sequence, and this gives the judges a chance to assess the skaters as individuals, because often you can have one partner stronger than the other, and that straight line sequence will show it up. They have such a wonderful, genuine expression, and when that makes them often crowd favorites. You know, we do see in ice dance the expression can be so dramatic and over the top, but with these two it's very genuine and warm, and the audiences love them. It's very fun to watch.
Very soft spot as well for the city of Saskatoon. For Megan and Aaron, their first competition of their long career was at the Agra West Arena, which is the practice rink this week, so they've come a long way. Megan Wing and Aaron Lowe still skating very strong and still one of Canada's best dance teams.
They also train in Detroit with Igor Spielman, who's a fine coach and often is putting out well-balanced, good choreography for his programs.
Thank you.
Thanks very much, Rod and Tracy. The OD of Bourne and Kratz still to come, and with those two announcing to Tracy Wilson that this will be their final season, the torch is about to be passed to Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon. And those two had a huge obstacle to overcome this past off-season. Out of nowhere, their longtime coach, Sylvie Fulham, announced that she was retiring. So all of a sudden, Dubreuil and Lauzon had to find themselves a new coach, and fast. And as it turns out, they had to go all the way to France to find one.
Since we left from Canada, nothing's the same.
And now we know that tomorrow it can all change.
There's nothing left of the past except memories.
The relationship between Sylvie and Marie-France was a relationship of mother and daughter.
She went, I've done what I could. I've reached my goal as a coach. I wanted to take you to Olympics. I did. Now I can't do it anymore. It was like she just threw me out of the window or something. I never expected it, and I don't know, I never expected that.
Marie-France and Patrice turned to Muriel Boucher-Zazoui. The French coach had been helping them with choreography for a few years. They liked her style, and her success with Olympic champions Anasina and Pesera made her an obvious choice.
She had some problems with, I don't know, the Ministry of Sport or whatever, because she's coaching a Canadian couple. It put her place as a national coach in jeopardy. But she was ready to lose her job for us.
And Dubreuil and Lauzon were ready to move to France for Boucher-Zazoui.
At the beginning, we thought we were gonna have a month, but then we had shows in that month, and we finally ended up with 2 weeks of time.
To empty the house.
Empty the whole house, sell 3 cars, everything was crazy. And we got to France, and we didn't have an apartment, we didn't have nothing.
Didn't have a car, we were stuck at the airport with all these bags, the dog, where do we go? We have nowhere to go. I don't know how we got through this in one piece.
Being a couple helps a lot, and especially when you change country like that, you don't have any friends, don't know anybody, and we're always together. And I think our relationship got a lot stronger because of that.
The few first months were hard because she really wanted to start from scratch. We did hours and hours of technical work, no compulsories, no programs, just technical. It was like learning to walk again.
At one point, we didn't know if we could skate anymore.
At the beginning of September, everything came together, everything glued together, and we just like did a jump up from the summer, you know. a lot of people asked us, you're moving to France, are you going to compete for France like the Ducheneys did? And not at all. I mean, we're going to France because we know that the trainer that we need to get to the Olympic podium is there. We know it's her. We have full confidence in her. But our heart and soul is still very, very much in Canada.
Nos prochains compétiteurs représentent le Québec. Marie-France Dubreuil, Patrice Lauzon.
So now hoping that a move away from home will result in a move up the world order. A team that has been ranked, for the most part, 10th in the world the last few years, second ranked in Canada. With some retirements, you would think this team right now is also ranked higher. We'll know, of course, at the World Championships. Here are Marie-France Dubreuil and Patrice Lauzon.
And they will skate to At the Ball and Furioso Polka. Together. That allows them to skate as one and maintain their flow across the ice. Excellent. Sequence coming. It's done to the polka music, which allows them to include a lot more footwork, a higher degree of difficulty. They went after it. Marie-France Dubreuil, Patrice Lauzon. A beautiful, elegant opening to the dance and a fast, peppy close.
They have pushed themselves to the limit to move up in the world, and in turn are also going to push Bourne and Kratz at the Nationals. The Canadian champions are still ahead. Pride of La Belle Provence. Dubreuil Lauzon now skating and training in France. Nice to be back at home. A beautiful dress, by the way, that Marie-France is wearing, and a nice story as well about that.
She saw that when she was watching a World Ballroom Dance Championship. She loved the dress, contacted the lady who was wearing it, and then made it her own. It suited this dance perfectly. It floated around as they skated. The small concern in this program was right here during the twizzle sequence. They got slightly off, just ever so slightly. I particularly liked the first part of this dance because it was edgy. They got down in their knees and they floated across the ice.
A few years ago, that would have been a little blocky and clunky from this team. They have improved dramatically. Composition marks, again, keep in mind that they are keeping some room for the skaters to come, particularly Bourne and Kratz. 5.6, I don't think they'd be happy with the 5.5. The second set of marks much better.
And I like the 5.7s and 5.8s. This couple deserves it. They have great presentation.
They are the leaders right now.
Nos prochains compétiteurs représentent le Québec. Chez Bourne and Kraatz.
Well, here they are, and this is it. Last national championship for Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, who have been together since 1992. Every time they've gone to the Nationals, they have won, whether it was a junior title in 92 or the 9 senior titles that they have accumulated. This has been their era.
This original dance is their best work ever because it has all come together for them in this program. Their great technique, deep edges, their expression, speed. What a lovely performance. I don't know that there is a team in the world that can match this.
Certainly in this country, they are in a league of their own. Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz, their marks in a moment. With Nikolai Morozov, their coach, after their split with Tatiana Tarasova, they say this is it. They are skating off into the sunset and maybe in Washington with a world championship medal. Who knows?
That performance was smooth and fluid. It was so well rehearsed. There was no extra tension in the upper body. I like the way Shaylin uses her head and back more than ever to express the character of the dance. Very elegant. They floated across the ice. You can see her putting her head back to accentuate the moves. Then this straight line sequence, they went after it. They weren't thinking through this. They were skating it right to the edge and making the most of the music.
They had a standing ovation in the compulsories, which I think is rather unheard of, a standing ovation here. Question is whether the judges will give them some 6.0s to send them off. Remember, the free dance is still ahead. This team, unparalleled in this country. Try as the other teams might, it's obvious that Bourne and Kratz are right now still at the top of their game.
This is the best they have ever been. They've always had good technique. Their expression and unison sometimes has been lacking, but it has come together for them in this stand. I expect to see some sixes.
And if you see them, you'll see them in presentation, and it could come right now. There it is. 3, 4, 6s. 5 6.0s for Shaylin Bourne and Victor Kratz. Well, they will make it 10 here unless they miss the bus on Sunday. Shaylin Bourne, Victor Kratz. Leaders again, Dubreuil and Lauzon second, Wing and Lowe in third place, Pichet and Denis in fourth. And some of the other competitors. In the original dance competition, the free dance is tomorrow. And here's Dave Randorf.
With Shay and Vic, the crowd loved it, the judges loved it. It appears as though you loved it. If this is your last nationals, which it is, it appears you're going to go out with a big bang here.
I think so. I mean, we just love doing these routines. We feel so ready, and we've been anxious to finally show them, and it was just so exciting to see the audience really get into it. As we went through the program, they were sort of building with it, their excitement. So it gives us a lot of confidence, especially even going into the free dance on Sunday. So I'm glad we finally got to show our things.
And you showed it very well, despite the fact we didn't see you at Skate Canada, but that's when the story came out that you had split with Tatiana Tarasova. There doesn't seem to be any problem in the transition there at all, Victor.
Well, I think really one of the things, we didn't really split. It was none of our doing, and it was just a situation that arose. And I mean, we loved working with her. It's just that, you know, the coaches had to go their separate ways, and that's just the way it worked out. But for us, really, there was no change in training. I mean, we kept on training every day, and really hard too, as you can see today. I mean, life goes on, and this is, you know, just another championship for us. The season is not done yet. We still want to go to Worlds and hopefully bring that home.
Well, it's going to be a very emotional skate tomorrow on the free dance. We'll talk about that then when you come off the ice. Best of luck on Sunday.
Very much.
Thanks.
Well, new costumes, new programs, new dues. Same result. Leaders, they'll be champions tomorrow. Coming up, the men's free skate at the Nationals.